you guys have questions about how to have the best settings for Modern Warfare 2's rank play, well, I have all the answers. I have 10 plus years of pro player experience, and I have over 6 Call of Duty championships. I'll try and speed run this for you guys. That way, if you guys are following along with the video, you guys can just literally copy paste everything that I'm going to be doing. For display mode, we have it on full screen exclusive. Make sure that you guys have this setting. It helps you get the most FPS and will make your game look the best. For display monitor, this is all going to be dependent on what your main monitor is for the game. Display adapter, obviously your graphics card. Screen refresh rate, this again is going to be selective upon what monitor you are using. So if you're using a 144 hertz monitor or a 240 hertz monitor, make sure you have your screen refresh rate set to that. Then go into your Windows panel and make sure you check that as well. For display resolution, I plan a 1440p monitor. Most of you are probably going to be on that 1080p. Make sure you have the right one selected so your game looks the best that it possibly can. Dynamic resolution, we have off. Aspect ratio, we have it at 16.9. VSync off. VSync menus off. Custom frame rate limit. This is very important if you shoot in the firing range or if you want to just really have the most FPS. Put it on unlimited. Then I have mine capped at gameplay at 265, menu custom at 120, and the out of focus at 30. I have display gamma set to 2.2. Brightness is going to be personal preference. Mine is right now at 50. I just leave it there. That's kind of the default. High dynamic range is going to be off, and that's everything for display. Moving on over to quality. For quality presets, mine is set at custom. These are the presets made, but I don't use the presets because my graphics are all custom, obviously. For render resolution, make sure you have this set to 100. Your game will look really fuzzy or grainy or not good at all. So definitely make sure if something feels off, you always check your render resolution. Upscaling and sharpening, have it at fidelity cast, and then put it to 100. This will help your game look super sharp and a lot more clear where you can see those long distance gunfights or really be able to see through your iron sights on your guns. Anti-aliasing, put it at Filmic SMA T2X. Anti-aliasing quality, put it at low. Video memory scale 80. Texture resolution normal. Texture filter, put it on normal. Nearby level of detail low. Distance level of detail low. Clutter distance, I don't have anything selected on that. Clutter distance, we don't touch. Particle quality low. Particle quality level very low. Bullet impacts off. Persistent damage layers I have on. Shader quality low. Tessellation near. Terrain memory max. On-demand texture streaming off. Streaming quality low. Volumetric quality low. Deferred physics quality off. Water caustics off. Shadow map resolution very low. Screen space shadows off. Spot shadow quality low. Spot cache low. Particle lighting low. Ambient off. Screen space off. Static or reflection quality low. Weather grid volumes off. NVIDIA reflex low latency I have on. Depth of field off. World motion blur off. Weapon motion blur off. These are very important settings too. If you have restarted your game or you've updated the game, sometimes these settings can change. Make sure that you go through and have them off. Motion blur looks horrible, and in FPS shooters, or especially in ranked play, you do not want any blur on your gun. And then turn film grain all the way down to 0. For a view, for field of view, this is all going to be personal preference. I know a lot of players and pro players play on max like 105 FOV. For me, I've been playing on like 112. I'm a content creator now, and I was an ex-professional. I would not recommend doing this. I would recommend playing on anything lower than 105. Anywhere between 95 and 105, it seems to be like a sweet spot, and you won't lose aim assist. The higher you go on field of view, the cooler your game looks, but the more aim assist that you will probably lose. So definitely find that sweet spot. You can play around with it a little bit, but I would not go anywhere over 105 as a casual player. For ADS field of view, put this on affected. Weapon field of view, I've switched mine to wide. I know a lot of people play on default, but I like the wide look. Makes the weapon look smaller so you can actually see more of your screen. I like whenever I'm tag sprinting or running around the map, I can actually visually see more instead of my gun taking up so much of the screen. Third person obviously doesn't matter. Vehicle field of view doesn't matter. These camera movements are so important. If you feel like you're in war and you've never changed these settings, please go through and swap them. Change your first person camera movement and third person camera movement to least. The default is actually at 100%. That's like your camera shake. So if you get grenaded or if you're running around the map and getting shot at and your screen feels so shaky, that is why, because the default is set to 100%. So definitely go through and change that. And then for these third person and default spectator cameras, that does not matter at all. For audio settings, I know a lot of you guys have asked me what audio preset I play on. Obviously, a lot of people are doing the sound equalization, which I can make another video and show you guys how to do that. But for audio mix, I've been on home theater personally, and then master volume. This is gonna be personal preference depending on your setup. I plan to go XLR with earbuds, and I find 66 to be very comfortable. And I truly don't really have a problem with anything at all like that. For music volume, I have it completely off. Whenever you're playing multiplayer, you don't want any more background noise than hearing the footsteps and gunshots and call outs of your teammates. That's all you want in the mic. For dialogue volume, I have it set to 70. Effects volume is 100 and voice chat volume is down to 10. I don't mind talking to randoms or to people, but for death comms and stuff, I'm trying to listen to footsteps and, like I said, the gunshots and my teammates to hear the important information on the map. So I have that turned down pretty low. Lastly, the thing we're going to be going over is the controller settings. And now this is the most important for all you controller players out there. You're definitely going to want to pay attention to this because this will help you win more gunfights, be a lot more smooth on the map, and really just be able to engage differently and have better movement. So for aiming input device, obviously, like I said, I am on controller, and we're going to go all the way down to sensitivity because this is the first thing that we're going to be talking about. Sensitivity is super important while playing anything competitive. You don't want to be playing on too high of a sensitivity. It's just not worth it, right? You don't want to be on a 10-10 or 12-12 or 15-15. It's going to make you miss those small little shots, and your micromanagement is going to be too fast. And what I mean by that is micromanagement is when you're aimed down sights and you're making those micro adjustments left to right. If your sensitivity is too fast and your ADS multiplier is too fast, you are literally going to miss at long range, and that guy's going to get you on a slower sensitivity at range. So I play on 6.6. I find this to be very comfortable. It's what a lot of the pro players have played on for years and still in this game. It's basically a good medium between super fast and super slow. I feel like I can turn on my opponent, snap onto any opponent at any range. No one can really jump over my head and get behind me. And then, like I said, for the ADS sensitivity multiplier, I have that set on 1. If you do go up to like 7.7, I would definitely lower your sensitivity multiplier. That'll make your sensitivity while aimed down sights a lot lower and help you to find a good comfortable. But I would start on 6.6, maybe be even 5.5 for you casuals at home. And I would not mess with any of the sensitivity multipliers like that. Or aim assist. Now, this is something that's been talked about by a lot of pros and a lot of different people over the years, and it's the aim assist type. We've used Black Ops for a long time. It was obviously extremely broken at the start of MW2. If you guys didn't know, Black Ops aim assist actually got nerfed. You're going to want to put this back onto default. It will help you make those long range and like up close snapshots so much easier. It's not as sticky of an aim assist, and it actually feels like you are controlling what's going on. It feels very smooth to me, and I've been loving it. I have no problem with it at all, and I think it just feels a lot better than Black Ops after the update. For the aim response curve type, you're going to want to put this on dynamic. Ever since MW 2019, everybody in the game is rocking dynamic aim assist. It's extremely broken. I can't even tell you the full details of what it does, but I promise you it feels so much better than smooth. It feels so much better and smooth than the standard aim assist does. So definitely put this on dynamic. Then the last thing that you're going to want to change is your input dead zone. So your left stick and right stick minimum is actually going to be set to 0.10 by default, and you're going to want to go in and change this. If your controller feels off or you feel like there's a delay, I would definitely go in and check this before you freak out and do anything else. For left stick minimum, I always have this set to like 0.02. Some people do flat out 0, but you will get a little bit of stick drift. The reasoning behind this is basically you want the minimum amount of pressure to push towards your stick with the maximum going to the outer. So like if I'm sprinting forward, a little amount of pressure I have to push to reach forward with the maximum of it being 80, I can reach full speed before my joystick actually reaches the edge of my controller. So this will help me to be able to kind of get into those engagements a lot quicker. It's less like wear and tear on my controller because I'm already reaching max speed before I hit the ring of the controller. And then for right stick minimum, you're gonna have this set to 0.03. This is like a good back and forth between having stick drift and not, and actually being able to control it. This is very important to leave your right stick also on 99 because this is like your, I don't know, sensitivity, I guess, and like reaction to the controller. I almost feel like there's no delay the lower your minimum is, which is going to be helping it feel more responsive and really feel like whenever you're moving it to the right or moving it to the left, it's actually happening right away. And this will go back and forth with having a good 1 millisecond response time monitor. But these input dead zones are so important and crucial to feeling like snappy and really just getting in rhythm with your controller. I hope you guys enjoyed the settings video. Make sure to smash that like button. Drop a comment down below what other types of tip videos or gun videos you guys would like to see. MW2 rank play has been a blast. Make sure to hit that sub button. And until the next video, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.